Hello guys, welcome to the Harvard Lab today. My name is Babatunde, and today we're going to be talking about the least common multiples of two numbers. Okay, and it's very important to know what the least common multiple means. Okay, so what this means, based on the its name, it's basically telling us what is the least multiple that particular numbers can have. Okay, so multiples basically means let's say we have 2, right? Okay, so this is 2. Okay, so multiples basically means numbers that can divide 2 in this case. So we know multiples of 2 will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. These are multiples of 2, okay, because it can divide 2. Okay, and let's say we have another number here which is 3, right? And multiples of 3 are also the same concept we use here: 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and all of that, right? So when we're dealing with least common multiples of two numbers, it's basically what is the least number that can divide, that's also here, that can also divide here. So the least number that can divide the top here, which is 2, and can also divide 3. Okay, so in this case, the number that is here and here, that is basically the first number that shows up, is 6, right? So in this case, 6 and 6 here are going to be the common multiples, okay? That the least common multiples. Okay, so if you notice here, 12 is also here, but 12 is not the least multiple. Okay, so the least multiple in this case is 6. Okay, so we're going to use that same concept to work with this kind of question. Okay, this question is asking us to find the least common multiple, which is the LCM of 6 and 12. Okay, and one way I want to work with this question is I want to set up a table. Okay, this is my famous table. Yeah, this is my famous table. And what I do is I gradually divide these two numbers until they both become a 1. Okay, so I gradually divide them by what is common between both of them until they become a 1. Or if there's nothing common between them, I just multiply both of them and then divide them by that number. Okay, so 6 and 12 in this case. Okay, what number is common between 6 and so that can also divide 12? Okay, we know 2 can divide 6, I can also divide 12, right? So let's put that down, that is 2. And then I divide 6 here by 2. Okay, 6 divided by 2, that's a 3, right? And I do the same thing here. 12 divided by 2, that's a 6. Okay, so next step, I ask myself, what number again? I do the same thing up here. What number can divide 3 or can also divide 6? Okay, 3 can divide this 3 and 3 can also divide 6. Okay, so that's a 3 here. 3 divides 3 is a 1, right? And 6 divided by 3 is 2. Okay, so we're done with that. So now we're left with 1 and 2. Okay, so whenever we're left with, whenever we're in this kind of situation, or we have 1 here and also another number, all you have to do is just plug in the other number here. Okay, so since it's 1 and another number, which is 2, so we'll just plug in 2 here. Okay, and so since we plug in 2, this one becomes a 1. 2 divided by 2 is a 1. Okay, so now we can stop because these two are 1. Okay, so we only stop when they become 1. Okay, and now the next thing I want to do is I want to multiply everything that is here. Everything that is here, I want to multiply them. So I multiply 2 times 3 times 2. Okay, so when I multiply 2 times 3, that gives me a 6, right? 6 times 2 here equals 12. Okay, so that means this 12 is the least common multiple between 6 and 12. Okay, so let me put that down. 12 here. Check that. Okay, so what I did was I asked myself what are the numbers that we're going to be working with. Okay, what numbers are we going to be finding the least common multiples of? Okay, and in this case the numbers were 6 and 12. Okay, and I drew this table, the famous table, this table, and I plugged in the numbers, which are 6 and 12, and I asked myself, okay, what numbers can divide 6 and 12? Okay, so I drew this table because I want to find the least common multiples between these two numbers. Okay, and I gradually do this until this bottom here turns into a 1. Okay, so the first time I asked myself, what number can divide 6 and 12? What's the smallest number? Or it doesn't matter, any number. What number can divide 6 and 12? Okay, 6 and 12, we know 2 can divide 6 and 12. Okay, so I'll put that down. And I divided 6 here by 2, which was a 3. and divided 12 here by 2, which was 6, right? And so I did the same thing here. I asked myself, what number can divide 3? I can also divide 6. Okay, 3 can divide 3 and also 6, right? So I did the same thing. 3 divided by 3 gave me a 1. 6 divided by 3 gave me a 2. Okay, and if you realize, remember I told you in the beginning, we only stop when it's equals to, when these two are equals to 1, right? So in this case, this one equals to a 1. So that means this has ended its error for now. This has ended its error, okay? But this one still equals to a 2. And when you're dealing with this, it doesn't really matter. As long as there's a 1 here and there's another number, you can just plug in that other number into this part of the table. Okay, so since this other number is here and there's a 1, I just plug in 2 here. And then I divided 2 by 2, which gave me a 1. And then this one, I just wrote it down. So now both of them are 1s, so we can stop. Okay, and so I multiplied the numbers that I got here by each other, which was 12. So 12 was the least common multiple between 6 and 12. Okay, so let's look at more example, more practice. Okay, this is asking us to find the least common multiple of 2 and 5. Okay, step 1, we know the numbers we're working with are 2 and 5. Okay, and so the next thing to do is to draw a table. Okay, so this is our table. This is 2, this is 5, right? And the first step will ask us, so what number can divide 2 that can also divide 5? Okay, so there shouldn't be anything common between 2 and 5, right? Because 2 is an even number, and 2 itself doesn't divide any odd number. Okay, so 2 can divide any odd number. So there's nothing common between them. So as soon as you realize there's nothing common between them, you can just plug in either one of the values. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so you plug in 2 here. 2 divided by 2, that's a 1. Or 5, if 5 divides 2, that's going to give us a remainder or something. So we don't do that. So we just write 5 here. And we'll come to a point where one of the numbers is 1 and the other is a normal number, which is 5 here. Okay, and remember I said once one of them equals to 1 and the other is a normal number, you can just put in that number here. So this is a 5 here, and so this remains a 1. 5 divided by 5 gives us a 1. So now both of them are a 1. Okay, so we'll multiply whatever is here by each other. Okay, so this equals 2 times 5. So 2 times 5 equals to 10. Okay, so the least common multiple between 2 and 5 should be equals to 10. Okay, check that out. Okay, yeah, thank you very much for watching the video, and I really hope it helped out. Have a beautiful day ahead. Bye.